started my dental practice in Kennewick from scratch in 2004. I have grown the business steadily up to 10 employees, and prior to 2020, we had steady measurable growth every year for nearly 16 years. I started a second dental practice in Pasco in 2016 as well, which we subsequently sold. Not only have I built and grown businesses myself, but my patient base includes many thousands of Kennewick residents with whom I have regular conversations regarding the business atmosphere in the Tri-Cities. The growth and development in the city of Kennewick in the next few years will be critical to the long-term success of our community. With the significant growth that we are currently experiencing, and with the residents of metro areas such as Portland and Seattle relocating in large numbers, well-defined growth plans are a must, are a necessity. The City Council must clearly define and outline recruitment efforts for small and medium-sized businesses in the retail, service, and home goods industry, in addition to finding small and medium-sized manufacturing firms to serve as anchors to our business community. Certainly a push to locate tech firms in our community would also strengthen our long-term business base. I very much like the idea behind my Try 2030. And as I responded to question 2, I think clear plans for future action are key to optimize community growth. As I've read through the current plans and actionable suggestions, I think there's more clarity needed regarding who, what, where, and when for most of the items. For example, there's a recommendation to create an inland seaport that frankly already exists in a few forms. There are barges that run millions of pounds of agricultural products already. Until May 2020, RailX provided rail transport for other agricultural products. And another example, gathering people through festivals and events. That already happens. So how will the goal be different or improved from the current festivals and events already occurring in the Tri-City? In general, I like the overall vision, like I said, with the land use and economic development for the next 20 years. But I think there are, again, too few concrete objectives. Also, the connection to the community is pretty sparse. For example, right out of the report, it says that the city contacted 7,500 residents through social media channels and traditional media. And the survey was filled out of 7,500 by 568 people. 25 people attended the open house, and a Spanish version of the survey was also created along with the English version of the survey, and not a single response was received. So I think community involvement needs to be improved and increased for sure.
I'm a business owner with business interests in various sectors across our community. I can empathize with the specific trials of building something from the ground up. I understand what it's like to take no paycheck while you pay employees. I have a personal understanding of the immense weight that comes with creating a job. I understand what it is like working through failure and success. I'm from this town, and I feel a personal debt of gratitude toward it for the opportunities it gave me to build a life and a family. Without exception, the biggest immediate hurdle in front of business owners today is coming back from the pandemic. Businesses of all types saw incredible amounts of hardship over the last year, and not all of them were lucky enough to qualify for PPP relief. Small and medium-sized businesses have been facing a staffing crunch like I've never seen before, and workers who went remote in many cases would prefer to stay that way. COVID forced untold adaptation on all of us, and now we all have to decide what parts of it to keep and which parts should go back. It's imperative that local city government do all it can to support the reopening of our local economy and facilitate a vibrant small business marketplace. We have to support a regional vision because while each of us reside in a specific city, almost all of us live regionally. I cannot, as a Kennewick resident, imagine living without the unique offerings of our neighboring cities. My community exists outside the bounds of my city. Making an improvement in one city increases the access and offerings to the residents of the entire multi-city metro area, and if we aim to successfully compete with other similar metro areas in the region, we have to work together to do it. Each city's government should support regional projects by not putting up unnecessary roadblocks. Another key aspect of completing regional projects is having functional cross-government relationships. It's key that we maintain healthy partnerships with each other for the benefit of everyone. This one's easy. I fully support the economic development and land use planning that has been adopted in the city of Kennewick after an incredible amount of stakeholder feedback over the years. We are very well positioned for several decades of growth in residential, commercial, and industrial. Thank you very much for the opportunity to give you my positions on these 4 important questions, and I urge all of you to go to steveforkennewick.com and leave me an endorsement, and if you've got the extra cash, to leave me a donation as well. Thank you so much, and I look forward to the privilege of representing the citizens of Kennewick for another 4 years.